Welcome to Contractor Cuts. My name is Clark Turner.
And I'm James McConnell.
Thank you for joining us again.
Yeah, absolutely.
How you doing?
Things are not great, man. Extended family's not doing great. Most of my
Speaking of, can I borrow a couple $100?
got any money?
We're getting super excited around here about this retreat that's coming up in January. We always
like
push
schoolgirls. We are just giggling.
I wish we could. I think we should do it every 6 months, but we'll tackle that next year. But it is going to be awesome. If you haven't heard about it, or if you haven't been yet to one of these retreats, this is a big 3-day conference. We're in a hotel in downtown Austin. We've got a book of rooms that are discounted for you, but it's something that we spend 2 days really looking at the last year of the company, what happened in 2026. We make game plans. We teach on processes and how do we implement what you need where you're at today in your company. We've got 3 different tracks really within it, from startup guys who are still swinging hammers all the way through multi-millions of dollars with employees and project managers and kind of everywhere in between. So we've got a track for you. If you're interested, go to contractorcuts.com. We'd love to see you there. We've got some really cool kind of giveaways we're doing right now, and early bird. The sooner you sign up, the more stuff we're giving away for you. So go and get signed up on the retreat. We'll get you taken care of. And if you want to hear more about it, go to contractorcuts.com, hit contact us, and I'd love to chat with you. But there's a lot of information on there for you. So anyways, turn this into a commercial. Anyway, today we are talking about what's a good boss versus a great boss. And when we're talking boss, we're talking being a project manager running crews on a job site. It is more of a partnership than a boss-employee relationship, but you are in charge of your job site. As a project manager, as a person running jobs, you are technically the boss there. You are the one that got the signed contract. You are the one in charge of making sure everyone does their job. And so what part of that do the good guys do? And how do we go from good to great in being a boss on a job site and with crews? This is an easy jump to make. You've got to be willing to put in some extra work and kind of change your mentality. And if you could do that, you could become a really good boss, a really good project manager on your job sites.
Hell, you could become great.
Clip that and we'll use it. I think the mindset also starts with my subs are choosing me on every time I pick up the phone, every time I call them, every time I'm saying, hey, we're going to, I got a new project for you. They have a choice to work with me or not. And what we don't want are the guys that reluctantly work with me because
reluctance is of the worst character traits.
They reluctantly want to work with me because they don't have work and they need the job. They're just fine. I'll work for you.
And there's the smudgeness.
That's the smudgeness. What we want from guys is when they're calling me up saying, hey, I got another job, but if you got anything for me, let me know before I say yes to this other person. We want to build a loyalty. We want to build a partnership. We want to build that trust to where we're not just a boss, but we're a leader on the job site. And they want to follow you because of the way you act and how you treat them. And I don't think we've met a contractor coming into Pro Truck that doesn't have the want to be that. Mm-hmm. It's the processes that need to be in place to turn from what you want to actually how you operate. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. And also that's what we do in coaching. If you want to learn and get these processes, one thing on our workshop day at the retreat, we're doing an elective, a day where you can kind of pick your courses and what you're doing, but we're doing how to onboard and really partner with subcontractors. How do you make them part of the team and how do you lead them well? So this podcast is going to be implemented with processes on the retreat. But today, if you're listening, this is the difference of being a good boss versus a great boss on a job site.
And just as a precursor, you might be in the position to where you have to be this person, and this just might not be your strength.
Yeah.
Like you might not be the picture of the leader that you see in your head, but that doesn't mean you can't lead. You don't have to be like this Tony Robbins style motivational speaker to get the best out of your people.
Yeah.
There's a level of, like Clark said, you're building this rapport, you're building all of this like positive equity, and it takes time. It's a relationship.
I think on top of that, the other thing people are scared of is
monsters under their bed.
Monsters under the bed. And that's next week's up. Good monsters versus great monsters. Now, I think what I hear in coaching a lot is not just, I'm not sure how to do it, or I like the self-confidence side, but also I don't like, these guys know more about construction than I do. Mm-hmm. I've been doing this for 4 years, but like I got a guy working for me. He's been doing this for 30 years. And so when I try to tell him what I need, he's like, all right, son. And it's just like this dynamic that I can't break. And it's nothing in what we're talking about today is you just need more knowledge in construction, because you can be a leader and put together a team and lean on your team's knowledge and verify it and make sure it's good and have a set accountability as how the job and what they're going to do is done without me actually having all the knowledge. Mm-hmm. And so today we're talking about, these are actions, mindsets, bases of where you need to be at, not, hey, go learn more, then you'll be a better leader. Because knowledge of how to do something doesn't make you a great leader. It's doing these things and being in a mentality of, this isn't just a tool for me to get this job done. This sub is a partner of mine. We're going to make each other a lot of money. He's going to make my job easier or harder, and I'm going to make his job easier or harder. If we can both work our hardest to make each other better, we're going to both win.
That sounds like a marriage.
Let's do it. So number one, a good boss pays. They pay me. They're not ripping me off. That guy's great. You know, that guy's good. He pays me, right?
Yeah. We
gotta keep our a good boss. Like, yeah. James, I like working for James. I mean, he doesn't rip me off. He said he was going to pay me, and I've gotten paid on every job we've worked together on.
It's a really high bar.
It's sad that it is sometimes.
He's good. He don't rip me off.
A great boss pays on time every time, and I am the one leading the conversation. So there have been times early on where I'm waiting for a check from that client, and if that check doesn't come in, I can't pay my crew. I don't have the dollars in the account. In that situation, I'm not holding my breath hoping that they don't contact me on Friday and that by Monday when I get the check, I can give them their check. Instead, I'm calling them on Wednesday saying, hey, just partnership here, bud. We're waiting on a giant check from this client. I told them it has to be here by Friday or we're not showing up Monday. If that doesn't come in, I have nothing to give you. All my money is tied up in this. So if that comes in by Friday, we're good. I got your money, but I just want to give you a warning. Like, I'm trying to move things around, but let's make sure that we get X, Y, and Z done so I can make sure we collect that check on Friday so I can get you your check, right? And so having those conversations where you're not having to chase me down or worry about your money, that situation I just laid out, it is going to be what it is on Friday. And giving my crew a heads up Tuesday or Wednesday that there's a chance of that helps them mentally prepare, move things around, not go ahead and commit things financially for themselves for Friday, but knowing, like, building them in. Again, I don't want that to ever happen. I don't want to be out of, but like that mentality of, oh, this isn't my money. This is our money that I'm collecting.
And it's a human thing. 'Cause it's like the smarter play. If this is Machiavellian construction, is you don't tell them a thing.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you tell them that, they have leverage on you. They can walk away from the project, put you in a bind.
Yeah.
But like the right thing to do is, hey, just a heads up, I fully intend on paying you. I'm incapable of paying you until this check comes in. I would love for you to stay on. I hope you see my track record. I've paid you on everything. The money's not there until this check comes in. Are we on the
if
same
for some
page?
reason it doesn't come in Friday, I'm going to move some stuff around and I'll have you money by Monday, Tuesday out of my personal account, but they will pay us and we're not showing up Monday if they don't. And so we're going to, having them part of the conversation, because like James said, if this is the only job they're working for, you're probably shooting yourself in the foot. If I'm trying to have a long-term, long-lasting relationship, building this crew as part of my product, I got to be honest with them. I got to have a game plan. I can't be like, well, they gave us a deposit and I spent it, but if I get this other job to sign and I get this other job's deposit, I'll be able to pay you for this job. Mm-hmm. That you've already shot you're running your business wrong. And so, yes, that's going to scare any sub of yours. If you've got a game plan and it's from what you're doing right now, we're just going to collect it and X, Y, Z happens, you should be good. But I think paying on time every time. And also the other side of this, even if you've got a ton of cash in the background, having a crew having to chase you down, or when I say, yeah, I'll get you paid Friday, and then I'm unavailable to answer calls on Friday, and then Monday over the weekend, Clark, you got to my money. Hey, when am I getting that job? You don't, like, that's the wrong way to run things. Like, I told you I'd get you paid. I'll be out there Monday. I told you I'd walk in the job on Monday. I would bring your check then. Well, buddy, 3 days is a lifetime if you're paycheck to paycheck. And so not getting paid on Friday and me not worrying about it, you'll get paid next week, in the sub's mind is, oh, I don't like this guy. I don't trust this guy. He's messing with my money. I'm going to hunt my money down and I'm not showing up again after that. Right. Mm-hmm. And so we don't know that's going on in their head, but it is so important to be a man of your word and follow through with what you say and not make them chase you, but bring them the good and the bad news about the pay. But also part of in our system, we pay once a week, every week. I pay every Friday, not every third Friday of the month, not every other week, not once a month. Every Friday you get paid for the previous week's work that you did. And so we've set it up to where we should always be ahead of the cash flow. All right, so that's number one. Good pays, great pays on time, every time with no chasing. Number two, good gives work. Great thinks weeks ahead of visibility. A good PM says, here's your work order for this week. Go get it done. A great PM, a great boss running a job says, hey, I've got this for this week. What's your next 3 weeks look like? I've got a couple coming up. One is a 99%. I just need a signature. Another one's 50-50, but if that lands, we're 3 weeks out. And I'm starting to think long-term. A, this is giving them confidence that they don't need to go hunt down jobs. And B, they see that I'm thinking about them and I'm getting their buy-in and I'm understanding their calendar. And for me, I'm not going to show up the following week and be like, okay, I got you this for this week. And they're like, oh, I've already got another job, bud. Okay, well, I had you scheduled. I thought, well, you didn't tell me what you're right. And so we've all had that conversation with crews when they've gone booked themselves elsewhere. If I'm talking 2, 3, 4 weeks ahead, they have confidence that I've got work coming for them. And I have confidence that if they do book themselves elsewhere, I'm going to know that and can make that alteration now in the schedule than instead of the day we're supposed to start.
And if you don't want them working for other people, have the conversation about going steady.
It's true.
They can wear your Letterman jacket.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
It'd be great. Number 3, good. I still don't know what to do with you.
What am I going to do with you? You are just a scamp.
All right. Good bosses tell you what went wrong. Hey, this didn't go well. Hey, this isn't good. I don't like this. A great boss tells you what went right and then coaches the wrong. Hey, I love this. That's awesome. This is great. Are you rolling or are you spraying the paint? Because I think if we get you a paint sprayer, you're going to knock this out so much. Like whatever it is, I want to let them know what's good and also the bad, but let me coach you up on what I wanted to see. Not criticize what it is, but coach you up on how to do it better and how I want to see it next time. Mm-hmm. Again, this goes to knowledge level. If I've been doing this for 2 years and he's been doing it for 30, I'm getting curious. Hey, that really doesn't look good. Could you talk to me about how we can smooth that out?
Clark, to me. I am a roller. My father was a roller and his father was a roller. And if you think that I'm going to start spraying now, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. I'm not outfitted for spraying.
Look at the side of my truck. It says hand painted and rolled every time.
Every time. Every time.
All right. Number 4, a good boss has a favorite crew. A great boss has a bench of them, right? I've got, I don't just have my go-to crew. I've got an extended amount of a bullpen that I can call on when needed. And how do we get that?
The Yankees.
We are the Yankees of construction. I don't know what the Yankees or the Dodgers. We're the Braves of construction. But it's one of the big issues I see with guys that makes them a bad boss, but really harms your company is when I say, when they're coming into coaching, I start, okay, tell me about your crews. Tell me about who you have, who you need, where you're at, what's your bench look like. They've usually got every seat filled. I got my electrician, I got my plumber, I've got this general crew guy. It's like him and his brother that kind of do everything, demo to whatever else I need. I've got my HVAC guy. That's great. We can't grow because the guys you have are maxed out with your $1 million you're doing now. To get to 2 million, you've got enough guys to do 1 million. So we need to double the amount of crews to grow. Number one. Number two, what happens when your electrician gets in a car accident? What happens when he screws up 2 jobs in a row and we got to replace him? You are now calling him again and hoping that he does right because I don't have anyone else to call. This makes you really bad at running a job site because you don't trust your crews.
And you're blind to the market. Like if you're not getting outside bids from your normal crews on all of your projects, you're flying blind and you're trusting that you're getting good pricing when the pricing might have slipped and you might be paying homeowner pricing because you never had the define the relationship with the crew about what the value you're bringing and the value they're bringing and why you guys are going to basically be sharing in the total cost. And you've been paying homeowner pricing and you're wondering why you're missing bids.
And if you think it's bad now, wait till you hire a project manager, because like what James was just saying, I mean, we could tell story after story of PMs that have worked for us that, hey, I've got my sheetrock guy. Well, your sheetrock guy is twice the price as the other sheetrock guys I've worked with.
Hey, I've got a new window guy. His name's Anderson and he's killing it.
He responds to every call and just takes the job over. But yeah, he's charging. We're not making anything on it and we're not landing any jobs because you're trying to mark up the most expensive markup that's already there. Having that bullpen and having a systematic way of how we build that, how to onboard, how to vet, how to date these subs, having that all planned out. Once you hire a project manager, we teach them that. It's not just, hey, I need you to find some painters with us. And why don't we talk to some guys? We have a game plan that they have to follow. And so it's not a matter of, I want to go out and find crews. It's, hey, we need you to find one more HVAC crew. You've got one that you've used and he's dropping the ball. Let's find a couple more and start testing out some. So a good boss has that one favorite crew. A great boss has built out this full bullpen that I can call on and say, hey, I need your help. I need this. Hey, we've got a job. My paint crew is actually going out of town for a month to go visit family. Can you step in? Maybe we can start you and run 2 crews at this point. A good boss fires your crew. When they screw up, they messed up, we got to fire them. A great boss knows the line between coaching them up and letting them go, and having a lot of setting the bar in the onboarding process and the pre-construction process with your crews, that when they screw up and when you've got to let them go, they know it. It's not a shock to them. They know what the bar is and they get to choose whether they're going to hit the bar or not. If you just show up and, hey, your stuff's all over the place. This is the 3rd time I've asked you to clean up. Get out of here. That is your fault, because what we have is on your onboarding, we have a end of the day checklist that I need you. And let me show you a picture of what my job site should look like and what they normally look like. Let's talk about the differences. Let's look at the trash. Let's look at where we put the materials. And so we coach them and get buy-in on that. We always say with our work orders, I want you to, there's a few things you need to know. Number one, accepting of this work order includes, I need you to have enough dollars to be able to hit the hardware store for the odds and ends that you need. I'm not going to be your personal shopper. Number two, there's 10 to 15 minutes at the end of every day for cleaning. Both of those things are assumed with every work order I send you. And so when you look at the dollars, know that those 2 things are expected part of those dollars for you to do. So when I send you a work order and I say, hey, the job site looks like trash, you say, well, you're not paying me to run a broom. I am. That's part of my work order per our agreement, right? And so having those conversations and setting the bar instead of just going in and firing them. Because half the time when a crew's messing up, it's your fault. You didn't set the bar. You didn't give them a clear work order. You didn't hold them accountable. You didn't do a front end walk with them. You didn't set when I need you here, when you need to leave by. All of that stuff needs to be put in place. And you'll be shocked by how crews rise to the occasion because they've got this whole process put in place for them. So yeah, don't just go in firing them. Go in and try and coach them up, know where they're at, understand, hey, I've set a bar. We've talked about the bar. They can't hit the bar. I got to let them go. Versus that guy screwed up. He's out of here. I'm going to replace him. Those are 2 wildly different reasons to let a crew go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Last one. A good PM is liked by his crew a great PM is trusted by his crew, and those aren't the same. We've all got guys in our lives that we like, and we've got ones that we trust. How, James, do you think you build that trust with your crews? When you've ran crews before, what do you think is taking you from being liked to being trusted?
I think you can be liked quickly. Mm-hmm. The trust takes time, especially in this industry. It takes a lot of time for crews to actually trust you, because there's been a lot of damage done. Not by you necessarily, but by
the abusive ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, the abusive ex-girlfriend. And the like kind of quickly fades away as, you know, and it's like any relationship. You're going to be, certain things will play out and you're like, I didn't really like that. That rubbed me the wrong way. Like, you're going to have those conversations, because you're talking about poking at what they do for a living.
Yeah.
Same thing as if somebody came into your job and was behind your back and talking over your shoulder saying, you should really do it like this. Or you should really do it like that. It's like, I don't like that. But if that advice and that direction keeps showing up and the outcome of executing those requests is positive, that's building trust over time.
Yeah.
So like setting them up really well on a project, doing the front end walk, the 50 point, whatever, could be really annoying for guys because it's not what they're used to.
Yeah.
But painting the vision for them and getting them to understand, hey, here's what we're trying to do is something different. We want people to have a different experience. We want to change the way people feel about the contractor-client relationship. And part of that is doing these things that kill all of the arguments and frustrations before they start. And what I'm trying to do is help you do that so that it works best for both of us.
Yeah.
The more times I have a client frustrated with me because of something that's going on site, the more conversations you and I are going to have about what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it's going to go. Like we need to find a way to execute this together and go along the process, follow the rules and follow all the things that we try and put in place. And it's going to be a better process than if we just all come together and like, all right, let's go, let's do it.
Well, and I love what you're saying with that.
Thank you.
The round table conversation on how to execute something specific. There's 1,000 ways, not 1,000. There's 10, 20 different ways to do anything on a job site. Mm-hmm. There is a for sure wrong way to do stuff, but there's multiple right ways to do most things.
Yeah.
And so again, the spectrum as a project manager or their boss is on the far left side. It's, you got to do it my way. This is how I want it done. Execute the way I do things. And on the far right is like, well, I sent them the work order and do you know how to do it? Cool. Just get it done, I guess. And what we want to do is meet in the middle. Like, hey, curiosity, not conflict. Hey, help me understand. I think what I see you doing is X, Y, and Z. I usually do it this way. What are your, let's talk about the best way to do this, because I'm cool with, if it works the way you're doing it, I'm cool with it. I need to be able to explain to my client. Educate me. Help me understand why you're doing it that way.
Yeah.
And that's where the back and forth, where I can be like, but what about, and how about this? Okay, so can we do it my way? Because I don't like those open-ended answers, right? And so we're going to round table those discussions of execution as opposed to strong iron fist, everything happens my way, or just, I don't know what's happening and I have no control of the job site. And when the client asks me a question, I'm like, I don't know why he did it that way. Let me go. I'm going
to ask him right now. Hey, why did you do it like that? We didn't like it the way it came out.
Yeah. So I think you're right. I think all of this also, everything that you said and what I just said all boils down to showing them respect as a crew, not just a tool. I also think with everything we're talking about, it's easier to be a good boss when you've got money to pay them, and not just dollars versus no dollars, but I want to pay a little bit better of a crew, a little more money to give me a lot better of a product.
And less of a headache.
And we all want, there's not a contractor out there that if I said, hey, would you like to do high-end jobs with nicer crews that know what they're doing? everyone says yes. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, we send a bid out and the client wants the $80,000 kitchen for 30. Well, I can use this guy and I could use that guy. He's not really licensed, but this is out in the country. They don't care. Right. And so all of a sudden I've sacrificed my quality of crew because I just want to land a job. And now I've got to use crappy crews and I'm losing them and I'm churning over and I'm losing my reputation. So the premium on a loyal, good crew and understanding the difference of homeowner pricing and paying something for a nicer product pricing with the crew that you're with. I'll close this out with saying, I feel like more contractor sub relationships die from neglect than conflict. And even if it is conflict where this guy's annoying and I fired him, it's because I neglected all the other stuff I should have done, building that relationship and setting the bar and doing all that. I send him a work order. He should know what he's doing. That mentality is what's going to kill your relationship with your subs. He should know what he's doing. Yeah, he's probably a really good electrician. He's not good at showing up on time. He's not good at cleaning up after himself. He's not good at talking with my clients and saying dumb stuff to my clients. Like, let me set the bar of how we show up, when we show up, what you can and can't do, get your buy-in and hold you to it. And all that stuff's going to go away. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to find another crew. That's fine. But the neglect of helping and guiding and setting expectations and then firing and get rid of a crew because they didn't hit your expectations that they had no clue were there is what's churning out these replacing crews all the time, or only the crappy crews stay around because they don't have work. So they'll deal with your crap because they don't have any other jobs. Those aren't the crews I want. I want the crews that have 4 options and they're choosing me because we're the best company to work for because I'm loyal and I'm good. I'm a great partner for them. So yeah, if you want, we've got a full onboarding of subs and kind of how to do this, all the paperwork. If you're in coaching, you get all that. If you're a growth partnership, you receive an executive, you receive all this paperwork and training on how to do it. And it's not just you taking our cookie cutter paperwork. It's we sit with you and custom build your sub onboarding of how it's going to work for your company. We've got a framework of how we do. We have our 7 documents, but we take that and we edit it to your company and we make it to where you're going to implement it with your crews. And then we have a really good onboarding program of how to do it with your current crews. It's not a Band-Aid where everyone starts Monday new ways, but we got to ease into those processes together. So if you want that, go to contractorcuts.com. We'd love to talk to you. But yeah, really try this week to be a great boss. If you've got subs, what can you do differently from this list that we talked about that really can step up your game? And on this list of the 6 things we've got listed, you probably do 4 or 5 of them really well. What on here really hits, right? Great pays on time every time with no chasing. A great gives 3 weeks of visibility instead of what's happening tomorrow. Great tells you what went right and coaches you through it as opposed to just picking apart the job site. Great has a bench of people, a bench of crews. Great knows the line between coaching up and letting go. And great is trusted, not just liked. If you can hit some of those and start rounding the edges on how you are as a boss, your company's going to grow. So try to get into this stuff. Try to work on one of those things this week with a new crew, going to find crews, or with your current crews, really improving that relationship to increase the value of the product that you're selling. Because those crews are the product. Those crews are the milk that's in your grocery store. That's what your client's receiving that you're selling. You're in charge of making sure the quality's there and it's a great price for everybody. So, all right. Thanks so much for joining us this week. If you have any questions, you want to reach out, go to contractorcuts.com and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.